Watch step by step how to install a trailer hitch and the wiring harness on an Acura MDX by yourself and without a fancy shop lift. This should work on a 2014 to a 2020 MDX. Let's get to it. This video is in two parts: the trailer hitch install and the wiring harness install. Check the description below to skip. Here's the hitch. It comes with 6 mounting bolts and 6 washers. Here's a quick look at the install instructions. It does state you might have to use a wire brush to clean out the bolt holes for the hitch under the vehicle. I got lucky and didn't have to do this. It also states you will need a 22mm socket with a 6-inch extension. It needs to be torqued to 139 pounds/foot. Here's the wiring harness. We'll get into this on the second part of the video. Here are all the items I'll be using. Some are optional. I suggest taking a screenshot. I'll be using my impact drill. You can use a socket wrench. I have a link to all the items and tools used in this video in the description below. Okay, so the first thing to do is to remove the spare tire that's under the vehicle. To do that, open the back door, then the compartment located in the back. Pull on the tab to remove the compartment out of the way and give you access to the tire lowering device and the lug removing tool you're going to need to lower the tire. Here is the mechanism to lower the tire. Here's the lug tool. Use it to lower the tire like this. You could also use this part in the tool set to help lower and tighten it if you need to. As you turn it, the tire will lower to the ground. Once it's on the ground, lift the tire a little and remove the wire bracket from it and move the spare tire out of the way. Raise the bracket back up. It can get in the way later. Once that's done, here's the fun part. Set the jack in place in back of the vehicle. Place it in the center of the vehicle. Put the 41-inch 2x4 in the center of the jack. Now place and balance the hitch on the 2x4 and the jack. Be careful. You can damage something or hurt yourself doing this part of the install. Jack it up a little. Then carefully roll it under the vehicle. Try to keep the center of the hitch lined up with the center of the vehicle. Now place your bolt and wrench nearby and go under the vehicle and make adjustments as needed. Jack it up a little. Holding the hitch up over here helps a little. This is where the smaller piece of 2x4 comes in. So you need to come this way. Again, be careful when making adjustments. You need not to let this hitch fall off the 2x4. Take your time. So your brackets for your muffler be in the way. Just move it to the side until it clears it. This side, show you. Cleared it right there. So I put the bracket over it. I can use the other piece of 2x4. Help level it out. Okay. Jack it up a little. Okay, some shoes going on. This side here didn't clear yet, but the other side, this side cleared the bracket. Look where my screw holes are at. So that means I need to pull the whole thing forward some. So I just want to get at least one bolt in here. Then you can play with the other side. Again, always keeping my eye, making sure the wood bracket is on the wood on both sides. Okay, that's what you want to see right there. The whole lines up. Now with that in place, I'll try to put one of these in here. The bolt should go in with no problem. If it's not, it could be that the hole on the hitch is not properly lined up with the hole in the vehicle frame. You should feel the threads on the bolt catch and not give any resistance for a couple of turns. If you feel any resistance, stop and back it out. Do not force it. Make adjustments and try again. There we go. See, this middle bolt went in. One thread in. And it's the middle one, so that's good. And I want to leave a bunch of slack in here where this still can go. The other side can be moved up and down. So now that this side I know is not going to fall, I'm going to go to the other side. And again, this is going to be the fun side because there's this stupid bracket in the way. Now, jack up. See, it's hitting this bracket. Okay. I'm using a long flathead screwdriver. Yeah. Okay, now I'm jacking it up some more. Pushing it in place. Now I just jacked it up. And now you can see it's hitting the frame. Now I just gotta manipulate it so the holes line up. See the holes line up. This is in place. Remember, threads go in, should go in smooth with no kind of problem. Okay. Show you. That looks pretty good. See, no problem threading it in. And it's still on the jack. Like I said, I jacked it up a little bit. So now that one's in. Now I can do the one in the back, hopefully with no problem. How's my gripping? There you go. All gripped. So you leave it loose so you can still move the hitch around if you have to. Okay, now the front one, same thing. Don't fight it. Sure you'll feel it catching the thread. That did it. Okay. Now we'll go back to the other side. So if you don't feel it gripping, don't force it. Yeah. Now we can use the drill. But again, I'm not gonna tighten it up all the way. Just to get it snug. That's where we can lower this. Back to the other side. Okay, now this one I am gonna tighten up a little bit more. Back to this side. Now we can lower the jack and get it out of the way. Okay, now we got our torque wrench set to 139 pounds. So you do that for all the bolts. Remove the packaging paper and it's done. Okay, now before you put the spare tire back, we need to run the wiring harness. So let's do that now. Here's the 4-pin wiring harness. The link is below in the description. Let me open this up so you can see what you're about to get into. 2 fuses, pin cover, 4-pin connector, wiring harness. Here's where you connect the big fuse. Zip ties. Okay, this fuse here, 10 amp. Might as well put it in now. Let's see what the instructions say. There's the cover. Let's see if you can see this good. So the 10 amp fuse goes there. You see where the 7 amp go. Connect this to there. Run it alongside the panel. Here's where you can connect your ground. You can run it inside the panel this way. So let's take this to the car. It comes with a sheet metal screw so you can ground it out. Pop this cover off. You can attach the ground to this metal plate here. So for that, I think I'm going to pre-drill a hole first, just so I don't be fighting with everything while this is in here. Here you got my drill with 7/64 drill bits. Hole I drilled. Run the harness through here. Plug in this part. It can only go in one way, and you'll hear it click once it's in. I noticed it was hard to get the screw screwed in with the wire. I didn't want the screw to fall into the abyss, so I decided to use a rag as a screw catcher. If it falls on you, you might not be able to retrieve it. I also decided to put the screw in the hole without the wire first. That way I know for sure I won't get any resistance when I put the screw in with the wire. I also found it easier to bend the wire like this, then hold it in place while I put the screw in. Here's where the magnetic tip comes in. Put the screw in, then remove the rag. Push the wiring harness in. For the ground, you could also, there's a 10mm bolt right there. You could take that out and screw the ground onto that. And there's another one next to it. I don't know if you can see it on there, but there's another one right there. So you can also get to it. And YouTube University says easier to get to it if you lift this up. Lift this piece of plastic up right here. Let me show you. Lift this piece of plastic up and get your 10mm socket through there. But I found it easier, and I had the drill bit to just drill right there. The 10 amp fuse goes here. The 7.5 amp fuse goes in this one. Now, you can zip tie this down. Pull out this way. Just so there's no like rattling or anything. They say you can just leave this in here, and whenever you toting something, you can just stick this out like this and close your trunk door. It won't hurt nothing. I recommend that if you don't tow nothing as much, but if you are towing all the time and you're going to be using this. Also, I see, where is this cover? Here's the cover for this too. Definitely put this on here, because you do not want critters and everything going in there. So just put that on now. You can see how it goes. And that keeps the stuff out. But if you don't use it a lot, you can leave it in here. Just put your cover back. And when you use it, just take it out and let it hang. But if you plan on toting a lot of things here and there more often, then I would suggest bringing it through the bottom and letting it hang down there. Again, here is the plug to run it down to the bottom. Okay, so me personally, I'm gonna run it down into here. So for that, show you, pop this grommet off. And you can see the hole. We'll reuse the grommet. I'm gonna cut a hole that. And the wires can go in. Run the wire through the hole. Put the grommet back. Like that. Now before I tighten this up, I'm gonna come down here. Make sure you have enough slack on the cord where you think it will reach the trailer connector. This looks good here. Take the zip tie I came with it. This is the big zip tie. I see there's only one. I'm gonna put another one here and another one here. And then this should clear the tire. We'll just use the little zip ties it came with. Tuck the wire in here for now. Put these out of the way. Okay, now, this double-sided tape is to secure the harness box to the vehicle. This will eliminate any rattling noise. Now take the rag and alcohol and wipe the harness box and the part of the vehicle where you'll be sticking it to. Stick it to the vehicle. Now you can zip tie the slack in the wire to this. Cut the excess zip tie off, and that's pretty much it. Put everything back. Got the tire back in place as it's going up. Tighten it up and put the tools back. You see, it's still fairly loose out of the way of the tire. Need it, pull it out, and connect it. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If this helped you out, help me out. Hit that like, bell, and subscribe button for me. And leave a comment down below too. Until next time, peace.